Welcome to my YouTube channel. Subject is Constitution. Today topic is History of Indian Constitution. Topic covered in this session: History of Constitution, Committees of Constituent Assembly and its chairman, that means the list of as a Constitution Assembly with its chairman. Third one is history of establishment of British rules. First we are discussing history of constitution. The country needs its own separate constitution to achieve full jurisdiction after independence. Indian leaders originally understood this requirement during the freedom struggle, but we want to a well structured written constitution and a separate assembly would be required to form such a constitution. Such a meeting is a constitution assembly of the country. The British company is known as a English East Indian Company, came to India in 16 as a traders. The company has a exclusive rights to trade in India in the years 1765. The East India Company obtained Diwani, that is the rights over revenue and civil justice for the Bengal, Bihar and Orissa. That is why the different stages in confront constitution, Indian leaderly have been demanding the constitution assembly for the drafting the country, and some of those demanding were milestone. For the example, in the year 1934, a leader of communist ideology in India, Manvendra Nath Roy M.N. Roy, first demanding the constitution of the country. Before the 1947, India was divided into two main entities, that is the British India, which is consist of 11 provinces, and the princely status ruled by Indian princes under subsidiary alliance policy. There is a basic divided into two main amenities. At the time of its original formation in the House, 292 members from the governor provisions and 4 from the provisions of the chief commissioners were selected. It is also had 93 members as representative and the princely states. Thus, the total number of members of the Constitution Assembly was 389. The Constitution Assembly appointed 8 large committee and the other small committee for various functions related to the drafting of constitution. As on August 29, 1947, a drafting committee was organized to draft the constitution. The draft committee was the most important of all the committees. Bhimrao Ambedkarji was the chairman of the drafting committee. Besides being the chair of the committee of the most important, their vice president and arguments in the Constitution Assembly gave him a special places. There is given a special places for the deciding the constitution and designing the constitution whole assembly. The historical underpinning and evolution of Indian constitution can be traced to many regulation and act passes before the Indian independence. In addition, there are some members are designing or drafting the committee. like N. Gopal Swami Iyer, Alladi Krishna Swami Iyer, Dr. Kaniyalal Munshi, Syed Mohammad Sadullah, N. Madhavrao, T.T. Krishna Macharai. There are various committee members are designed. In final form of the constitution was adopted on the 26th November 1949. The constitution was sanctioned after the constitution was passed. It is not worry that the constitution was adopted on this day, although it is what started on 26th January 1950. At the day of 26 January was decided, but the resolution of the Lahore Convention of for the Indian Congress at 1929, celebrating 26 January 1930 as Purna Swaraj Day, so that day of the historical importance, so that the date all the dates are having importance as a part historical important as a part of a historical of constitution. Our second topic is committee of the constitution assembly and its chairman. There is a different committees are well established when the constitution was designed and defined. The committee and its chairman are shown, that is, first one is formation committee, chairman that is Bhimrao Ambedkar. Format review committee, that is chairman was Alladdin Kranaswamy Iyer. Committee was Sangh Shakti Samiti, chairman that is Jawaharlal Nehru. Committee was Union Constitution Committee, chairman is Jawaharlal Nehru. Some committee are defined and some chairman are given in here. In some committee are given, but its chairman was not identified at the time of establishing constitution. Next one is Provisional Constitution Committee. The chairman was Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Next committee is Committee for Rules of Procedure. Chairman was Rajendra Prasad. Seventh rank for the committee, a committee to negotiate with different 8 states. The chairman was Jawaharlal Nehru. Next committee is Steering Committee. The chairman was Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Next committee is Committee on Works of the Constitution Assembly. Chairman was G.V. Mavlankar. Next committee, that is House Committee Lease. Chairman was Sita Ramalia. Next committee, that is Temporary Committee for the National Flag. Chairman was Rajendra Prasad. Next committee, that is Finance and Staff Committee. Chairman was Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Rank 30, that is Committee for the Provisions of the Chief Commissioner. Chairman was Pattabhai Sitaramanya. Next committee, that is Provisional Committee for the Supreme Court. Chairman was Vardachar. Next committees, that is the Working Formation Committee, Hindi Translation Committee, Urdu Translation Committee, Committee for Evaluating the Impact of Indian Independence Act, Committee of Linguistic Provisions, and last one, that is the Special Committee on Financial Provisions. So that are a list of committees with the Constitution Assembly with its chairman. So there is a next topic, that is history of establishment for British rule. Basically, when the British rule is applicable, there is a two different stages, that are the company rule and British rule. First, the basic history to establishment for the British rule. That is, the British came to India as a businessman, but after the Buxar War of 1764, by the man of Buxar rule, Shah Alam entrusted the British East India Company with the Diwali power of Bengal, Bihar, and Orissa. They entered Indian tranquilly. Now the British government began to impose restriction on this company, and the finally ended the rules of the company from the India after the uprising of 1857. The British crown was established. The whole event can be divided into two stages. First one, that is the company rule from 1773 to 1858, and second one, that is the British rule from 1858 to 1947. There is a two stages are given in different duration, 1773 to 1858 and 1858 to 1947. There are two stages are identified. First one, that is the company rule from 1773 to 1858. There is a four rules regulation act are established, and second one is British crown from 1858 to 1947. That is eight rules are act are established. So first one, that is the regulation act. Basically, Regulation Act was established on 1773, first step taken by the British Parliament to control and regulate the affairs of the East India Company in India. It designed the governor for Bengal as the governor general for the Bengal. Warner Hastings has become the first Governor General of Bengal, and Executive Council of the Governor General was established at the time of Warren Hastings as the first governor when they established this. The name of the Governor General Bengal, the Governor of Bombay and Madras was were placed under this country, this in this control, so that the foundation of the central administrative was established in India, and the centralization of power began. The Lord Warren Hastings become the first Governor General, as we are discussing in few sentence. As then executive control counseling was made to assist the Governor General in this function when the Regulation Act was established in 1773. Second one, the Pitt's Act on 1784. By the law, the company's politician and commercial functions are separated. Both are separated when the company political and commercial function both are defined and divided as per constitution. The court of directors managed and commercial activity, while board of control, manage political different affairs. When they are defining the different affairs, thus the system was established as a double government was created in the day. In this way, when the British government was given maximum control over the affairs for the given company and to establish its administrative in India when it is designed as per the act. Third act, that is Charter Act 1873. The East India Company Act 1813, it is also known as Charter Act. It was an act of parliament for the United Kingdom which renew and character was issued to British East India Company, and it was continue the company's rule in India. By this act, for the given reason, the Governor General of the Bengal was made the Governor General of India, and all the civil and military power were laid down in this position. Lord William Benton became the first Governor in General for the India. The law made under the previous act were is called Regulation Act, while the rules were made under this act, that is the Charter Act 1833. Next one, that is same Charter Act, but it is established and modified in 1853. For the first time, the act adopted specially function of the government for which is this is there is a was a six member was added to the Governor General of India when counseling, so that the legislative counseling of the Governor General of India was created. That was the Indian or Central Legislative Counseling. And the historical function according to the procedure of the British Parliament in this it was like a Parliament of India, and open competitive uh, system was introduced in this act for the selection and recruitment of charity servants, and Indian was also given rights in the convention services, different services. Next British rule, that is British Crown as 1858 to 1947. First one, that is Government of India Act 1858. The rule of company was replaced by the rule of the crown in India, and the power of the British crown it was exercised by the Secretary of State of India, and he was assigned by the Counseling of India having 15 members, that he was vests with its complete authority and control over the India through the administrative through Viceroy as his agent, and the Governor General of India has made name Viceroy of India. The Lord Canning was the first Viceroy to the made of this way. Also, the new Secretary of State for India was drafted, and it's given fully authority and control over the administrative of India, and it was the secretary for the state in affairs. The secretary of state, it was the a member of British cabinet, and it was ultimately responsible to the Parliament of Britain. Second rule, that is the Indian Counseling Act in 1861. There is a important law that's initiative decentralized, and the Charter Act in 1833 withdrew to statutory power of the government for Bombay and Madras. It was reversed by this act, and in addition to provision, there was made for the formation for a new legislative council for Bengal and northwestern frontiers provision and Punjab. Legislative councils were established in central and in provinces. It was provided viceroy executive counseling. It should have some Indian as the non-official member while transacting the legislative businesses, different businesses. It is according to the statutory recognition to the portfolio system, different portfolio system. Our next act, that is Indian Counseling Act 1892. It is the introduce indirect election, that is the nomination, and enlarge the size of legislative counseling, different counseling. The act was delegated function of budget discussing in the legislative conference and questions of businessmen, so that the function of legislative conference were explained. It was made. Next act, that is Indian Counseling Act 1909. This act is also known as the Morley-Minto reforms. It is also known as Morley-Minto reforms. Election, mainly indirect, were affirmed for all the levels of society. The elected Indians were also enabled to debate the budgetary and complementary matters and table for the resolutions. The Act further explain and function to discuss the central and provision foreign counseling. In addition, there was the significant increase in the number of legislative conferences, both at the both level for the same level. For the first time provision, it was made to include the Indian in the Viceroy's business counseling. Under this provision, the Satyendra Prasad Sinha became the first Indian to join the business counseling as a legal member in as per Indian Counseling Act in 1909. Next act, that is Government of India Act 1919. This act is also known as Montagu-Chelmsford reforms. The central subject were democrat and separation from those of the provincial subjects. The scheme was dual government. It was introduced in the provincial subjects. That was there was a two classes of administrative and executive councillors and the ministers. Under the amendments, the subject of power were divided into center and provisions. There was a two list, namely central and provision, but the provisional list was divided into two, that was subdivision, and the difference between transfer subject and the reverse subject was that that is the governors and their executive counseling on the acquired subject, that was the held responsible by the provisional counseling, different counseling. But there was no such responsibility elements in the reserve subjects, different reserved subject. For the first time provision, it was made for direct elective elections in the country, but no one on the basis of things like suffrage, wealth, taxes, education. It was given to limited number of peoples under this act. As per the provisional budget, it was empowered to separate provincial budget from the central charter, different central charter act. our next act, that is Government of India Act 1935. This act is provided for the establishment of an all Indian federation consisting of the provision and the princely state as the union, and through the federative never it's come into the being as the part of being. Separation constitution was arranged for women and workers. In this edition, provision was made in 6 to 11 provinces, that is, under the provision of law, the Reserve Bank of India (RBI), the Federal Public Service Commission, the Provisional Public Service Commission, the Joint City Service Commission. For two or more provision, the provision was made for the establishment of the Joint Public Service Commission and the Federal of Court. Last one act, that is Indian Independence Act in 1947. Lord Mountbatten became the first Governor General in independent India. In Act 1947, Jawaharlal Nehru was the first Prime Minister of India. Muhammad Ali Jinnah became the first Governor General of Pakistan. All the act ended and the British rule are declared in India as an independent and sovereign state from 15th August in 1947. The Freedom Act is given Constitute Assembly for the two domains, that power to construct and adopt the constitution, that is deems appropriate. More than it was given constitutional authority until the new constitution was formed, that is no any law passes no any law passes by the British Parliament after 15th August 1947. It cannot be applied to a dominion unless the dominion it was then approved. Thank you. જો તમને મારો વિડીયો પસંદ આવ્યો હોય તો લાઈક કરો, શેર કરો અને સબસ્ક્રાઈબ કરો મારી યુટ્યુબ ચેનલને મૃગેશ રાઠોડ.